thought you were all geared up for Molly moving in.
Ah, well, we've had some more discussion on that subject, Toto. And we've decided to live in her house.
You what?
Yes, which means that I'm going to be putting this bungalow on the market as soon as possible.
Ben, what are you talking about? You can't sell the bungalow. You're going to burn all your bridges. You'll have nothing to fall back on in case anything goes wrong.
Well, that's assuming that you're right about Molly. But you're not, are you? See you later. Bye-bye.
Think. I'm just trying to help, that's all, mate. I don't want to see you sold down the river.
I can't believe me dad condescended to come into the bar after all this time, and I wasn't even here to see him.
Yeah, he well built himself up for it. He was really knocked when you weren't here.
And it really sounds like he wanted to kiss and make up.
Well, maybe that's putting it a little bit too strongly. He just wanted to come in, see you, have a chat, see how the land lay.
Yeah, well, even that's a major climb down from your dad.
Well, try thinking of it as a step forward, not so much a climb down.
Well, whatever it is, just that we can sort things out and get back to normal.
Yep, I'll vote for that.
Hiya. Also bring the post down from the flat, a couple of them looked important. Oh, great, thanks.
Right, so just go and get them mixes.
Cheers. There's final demand on the lecky bill there. I'll get that off today. And one from the bank, looks like. Hey, good, that's a present for me, Dad. Wonder what this one is. Voucher from the antenatal clinic. God, Jackie, I can't get used to hearing you say things like that. I'm used to hearing you say, let's go out on Friday and get bladdered. It's my appointment day for next week. That's when they're giving me first scan. Really? Well, it won't hurt, will it? Well, no one says it will. I read that they just cover your belly in jelly and then rub this sound thing over it. Oh, sounds disgusting. Do you think so? Well, I was hoping you might offer to come with me. What? Much you get your belly jellied? I just don't fancy going on my own, that's all. Well, shouldn't it be the Farnhams that go with you? Yeah, I suppose so. But I'm not sure if I want Max here. It's a bit embarrassing. Well, why don't you just make up the minds for them? Tell them you only want Susanna to go with you. Yeah, I could, couldn't I?
Molly, I'm so sorry to be late.
I was beginning to think I'd been stood up. Listen, we better get on, otherwise they'll come up behind us, so they're catching up if we don't.
Absolutely, yes, let's crack on. I'm afraid Ron's been up to his usual tricks. And I found myself completely distracted by the wretched man. I told him that we've been talking about my moving out of the bungalow.
Oh, yes? So what did you tell him?
Well, having had a little while to get used to the idea, I told him that if you were still agreeable, I'd be selling the bungalow and moving into your house.
It's up to you, you know, David. Is that what you really want?
Molly, as long as we're together, I'd be happy in a mud hut.
Oh, finished doing the crossword, have you?
I was reading the sports page, not doing the crossword.
You lead a sad life, you. Listen, Mike, I've got a favour to ask.
Yeah, go ahead, what?
I don't want to go and sort things out with my dad, so will you come round with me?
You gonna go round there?
Well, we can't carry on the way we have been. I mean, it's weeks since we had the bus stop. How would I feel if he had another heart attack and dies? Or what if something happened to me? Will he come?
Yeah, all right, so long as I don't have to play referee and split you two up.
I'm sick of fighting with him. I mean, I know he's got his reasons, but to let it drag on for this long...
Yeah, I know.
Oh, do you think I should ring him first?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't just turn up. And anyway, apparently, he keeps having to make himself scarce so Bing can entertain this Molly one.
Oh, great. That means he'll be in a really good mood.
Yeah, and it's going to get a lot worse. Bing's going to move it in permanently, so that means my dad reckons he's going to be out on his ear.
Oh, coffee?
Yes, please. Who was that on the phone earlier?
Jackie? She's going to be popping round later. She's got the date of her scan.
Oh, that's great. When?
End of next week. Oh, that'd be wonderful. We'll be able to see our baby.
Hang on a minute. What, did she say it was all right for us to go?
She said she'd be really pleased if I'd go with her. Those were her exact words.
Well, that's wonderful, isn't it? I mean, it'll be great, won't it? Seeing the baby. Well, our baby. It'll be magic.
Oh, dear. Oh, I'm sorry, darling. You won't be able to come.
Why not? I mean, it's my baby too.
Well, she specifically asked for just me. Now, I know you'd love to go, Max, but look at it from her point of view. It will all be rather intimate, won't it? But I'll tell you everything that happens, and I'll bring you back a photograph, I promise. But, well, you have to make do with that. Now, do you want that coffee?
Found your ball, Molly.
Well done. I'm in the bunker, am I?
No, bit of a near miss, but got a pretty decent lie.
Thank you. David, are you sure about living with me?
Absolutely sure. I'm completely sold on the idea.
It's just that, you know, when you've been across to see me... Well, I mean, that little house is not exactly palatial.
Who needs a palace?
And you're not worried about leaving your friends behind on the close?
I'm not devoted to the close, Molly. I only moved there in the first place to be near Patricia. Now that she and the grandchildren are halfway around the world in Canada.
It's just that I want you to be sure that making such a big change in your life is the right thing for you.
I know my own mind, believe me. I've reached a point in my life when I've got the confidence to trust my own judgment and my own feelings. And the more I get to know you, the more I feel like a man has been given a second chance. The only thing that matters to me, my darling, is that you should be happy. And if you're happy, I'm happy.
Something smells good.
Yeah, I've got a pan of scouse on.
Oh, Michael said that you called in the bars to see me.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, come on, Dad. Jackie's trying to make up here. You're not exactly rolling out the red carpet, are you?
Dad, I don't want us to carry on the way we have been. Not talking and being horrible to each other. I know I've upset you loads, but honestly, I never meant to. I'll always be grateful for what you did for me.
You got a funny way of showing it then, Jack. Cut me out of the business like you did.
Dad, don't forget the pressure the Finnegans put on us and Barry Grant. I promise you, if I'd had any choice, there's no way I'd have done what I did.
They got a lot to answer for, them crooks.
You can say that again.
You two used to love coming home from school to a pan of scouse. So did our Tony. It was his favourite. Jack, I've already lost one child. I don't want to live the rest of my life without you and all.
I've only got one dad, and I don't want to lose you either.
So you're going to make a truce then?
Looks like it. Let's just try and put it all behind us now, eh?
Didn't you say you had something for me, Dad, Jack?
Yeah, I've got some paperwork here. It's dead straightforward. It's for the account I opened in your name, and there's the balance of what's in there now.
5,800 quid. Can you open one of them for me as well, sis?
Behave. And so that you don't have to have any hassle, I got a cash card for you and all. The PIN number's on that slip there. You can just draw out what you need whenever you want it. I'll just keep putting the £400 in there every week. Oh, and if you want me to pay Cassie the money you owe for the petrol the other day, well, that's fine. I can do that today. Save you any embarrassment.
You just don't understand anything, do you?
Yeah, I do. I owe you, Dad, and this way I can pay you back, and you don't have to be embarrassed by being broke.
I'm not some little old man that needs helping across the street, you know. I put money into your business because I love you. Because you're my daughter. And because I thought that I could be a good partner. I don't want your charity, Jackie.
Dad, you've got no money.
And whose fault is that? Jacqueline, you owe me £50,000. I don't want it paid back at £400 a week. And anyway, what guarantee have I got that you'll be able to keep these payments up?
I will, Dad, I promise you.
Oh, yeah, right. Your position depends on what side of the bed Barry Grant gets out of a morning. And what happens if he decides he doesn't want you to run the bar anymore? Because he can, you know, Jackie. It's his now. He could do it tomorrow. What then?
Oh, yeah, but he won't.
Listen, I stuck my neck out for you. But you're not prepared to do the same for me, are you? Now, if you really believed in yourself and that bar, you'd take a loan out and pay me in full now. So I've got some security.
Dad, you know I can't do that. Look, I wish it could be different, but it can't. Whatever you think now, I'm going to keep putting this money into this account for you. So maybe one day, when you've actually managed to swallow your pride, you might want to use it.
That was a bit harsh, wasn't it?
Suppose you're going to walk out with me now and all, aren't you?
No. What is going on with you two? Why can't you sort this out?
You tell me, son. See yourself out, will you?
You better play it through. Don't want to hold you up.
So, have you told Max that you were thinking of moving away from the close?
No, not yet. I'm sure you'll be fine. I just wanted to be absolutely certain that I'd thought everything through first. You see, it's not just a question of moving house. Let's face it, Molly, if I move away and live with you, I want to do it properly. I want to make the most of every minute we spend together.
What exactly have you got in mind?
Well, I think it's very important that we start with a completely blank page. Financially, we'll be secure. I know we've talked about selling the bungalow, and there's always my pension to throw into the pot, but I want to devote as much time and energy as possible to our relationship. And that means that it's vital that I take a back seat at the petrol station.
Oh, David, are you sure? I mean, you've put so much hard work into making that a success.
Well, what better time to step away from the day-to-day running of a business than when it's truly thriving? I know it'd be stupid to give up the franchise now, but I can easily put in a manager, and that'd leave us free to do whatever we want with our days.
I'm so lucky to have found you, David. Well, I don't see why we should wait any longer. I mean, if you're really convinced we're doing the right thing, well, why don't we just get on with it? You move out of your bungalow and move in with me as soon as you can.
How on earth could I refuse such a wonderful offer?
Are you staying for the plate of scouse?
No, I'm going to get back to work.
Couldn't do us a favour, could you, son? Lend us 20 quid so I can pay Cassie what I owe her.
This is mad. Well, Jackie said she'd sort that out for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
So what you planning on living on, Dad?
Yeah, well, I can manage without Jackie, thanks, son. Look, this isn't common knowledge yet, but I've decided to put our house up for sale. Sinbad's interested. Bing wants me out of this place pretty sharp, so I'll have to make sure I'm not left out in the cold or short of cash.
Dad, you don't have to sell the house to get by. Jackie's just put 6 grand on account for you.
If our Jacqueline wants to keep putting money into an account, then good luck to her, because I won't be touching it. Sure you won't stay?
No, I'll be getting off.
See you, son.
Yeah, see you, Dad.
Hello, Rob.
Hello, Max. You got a minute?
Yeah.
It's just about this Bing and that Molly one.
Oh, yes, they seem to be hitting it off, don't they?
You can say that again. Big style. That's the problem.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's not my place to comment.
Well, I think you should if you think it's important.
I know me and Bing have had our ups and downs, but I do like him, Max. I mean, he's a decent fella at heart, and I'd hate to stand by and watch him being suckered by her.
Why do you think she's going to sucker him?
Well, you've probably heard that they're planning to live together.
Mm-hmm.
But did you know that he's going to move out and live in her place?
No, they're going to live together in the bungalow.
Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, see. He's selling the bungalow.
Well, he certainly hasn't told us that, but surely he's entitled to live where he likes.
Yeah, but she lives in this little house shoebox that's not worth half as much as the bungalow.
So?
Maxie, work it out, son. If he sells the bungalow, he's going to be quite a rich fella, isn't he? Quite a nice catch.
I guess if David's planning to sell, that'll mean that you'll soon be homeless. That wouldn't be at the heart of your concerns, would it?
I'll treat that suggestion with the contempt it deserves. I have survived on my own before, remember? Maxie, all I'm saying is, there's something not right about that Molly, believe me. I narrowly escaped being taken for a mug by her myself.
Sounds like sour grapes, Ron.
No way, Maxie, I've been there. And the next minute she's all over Bing like a rash, sniffing at his wallet.
You genuinely think David needs protecting from this woman?
I think he needs protecting from himself. She's a very persuasive woman, is that Molly. And hey, this is your kid's inheritance that she's after, you know. You want to have a word with him, Maxie? Try and get him to think again. Before she takes him for every penny he's got. All right, Cassie. Come to pay off my IOU.
Well, there was no need to come in specially. Any time would have done.
No, I don't like deads hanging over me.
I know, I'm the same. I always think, what would happen if I got run down by a bus? I couldn't rest in my grave knowing I still owed money.
Yeah. It's like they say, innit? You can't take your money with you when you die, but if you're in debt, you can take someone else's. $7.90, I believe, on it.
Thank you. So, how are you?
Oh, fine, Tal.
Are you sure? You were a bit wound up last time you were in here.
You know, I just let things get to me. You know what it is, just the usual. Few nightmares with me kids. I suppose that's the price you pay for being a parent.
Hey, you're talking to an expert in family nightmares here, you know?
Do you reckon every family goes through the mill, or is it just the chosen few?
I don't know. I often think what it'd be like if I had kids of my own. They'd think what type of mother I'd make.
Go away, you make a cracking mum, you know you would.
Oh, I don't know. I can cope when they're tiny and cute, but I don't know what I'd be like when they got bigger than me.
It's when they're earning more than you, that's when the real fun starts.
Well, I can cope with that, being taken care of in my old age.
Well, that's the theory, love. It doesn't always work out like that. But you've got to be able to hang on to your pride, haven't you?
I don't know about that. If someone offered to pay my way, I'd bite their hand off.
I know somebody else who thinks like that. Maybe it's just me that's out of step, eh? Ta-ra, love.
So Friday's the big day, hmm?
Yeah. I'm a bit nervous about it, to be honest.
Oh, there's nothing to be nervous about.
Maybe not for you. You've been through it all before.
Oh, it's a really uplifting experience watching the screen, seeing that tiny little life inside of you.
You make me sound like a Teletubby or something. Max won't mind not coming, will he?
No, of course not. He realises we can't both be there. You are okay about all this, aren't you? I mean, if you feel we're pressurising you in any way, you will say.
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
Well, I've been having a few problems with my dad, which doesn't help, but I'm learning to live with that now.
Oh, Jackie, I mean, that must be awful for you, falling out with your dad. Especially at the moment. It must make you feel more vulnerable.
Yeah, that's what it is, really. Anyway, it'll sort itself out. Oh, right, I better get back. So are we all clear about next week, then?
Yes, I'll pick you up a week on Friday.
Listen, do you think it'd be best if we met at the clinic? You know, just to save the local noses from having a good gab.
Yes, good idea.
Hi, darling. Hi. And I believe you've got a very exciting event coming up next week.
Yeah, we've just been making all the arrangements.
And we promised we'd bring you a photograph, won't we?
Oh, can you do that?
Yes, you can get one of those picture printouts.
Oh, yeah, I remember the Corkills had theirs printed on a T-shirt for Jackie.
Well, I don't think we'll be going as far as that.
No, I think not. Mind you, you might be able to guess what sex the baby is.
Oh, can you really see that much detail?
If it's a boy, it depends on whether it takes after his father or not. through. You must have smelt the cooking.
Thank you, as long as I'm not inconveniencing you. Hello there, Max. Hi. I'm glad I've caught you in. There's something I wanted to ask you both. I thought it would be rather nice if you and Susanna came over and had dinner with Molly and myself one evening quite soon. It would give you a chance to meet her properly.
Well, that would be lovely. Sometime over the weekend, perhaps.
Whenever's convenient. I'm sure we can fit in with your schedule. David, have a seat. Thank you.
So, how are things progressing with you and Molly?
Absolutely splendidly. Couldn't be better.
Have you decided when she'll move into the bungalow yet?
Well, I'm afraid everyone's rather jumped the gun on that one. You see, Molly isn't actually going to be moving into the bungalow. I had hoped to tell you this over dinner. I wanted it to be a surprise, but, the thing is, I've decided to sell up next door and move into Molly's house.
Well, I thought it wasn't a patch on the bungalow.
Well, that's debatable, Max, but in any case, it's what I've decided to do, and, I'm also going to put in a manager at the petrol station.
Oh, well, you really are ringing the changes.
Well, why not? It's high time I stopped being a wage slave and started to enjoy life.
Well, I think that's wonderful, David. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And when's all this going to happen? I dare say it's going to take some time to sort everything out.
Yes, but there's no reason for us to hang around. I'm going to be moving in next week.
Next week? David, are you sure you're doing the right thing? I mean, I don't want to sound like the prophet of doom, but, what if things don't work out between the two of you? You have nowhere to live.
Molly is as clear on this as I am. We both understand the level of commitment required, and we both passionately believe we can make it work. And in all honesty, I don't think it's really any of your business how I live my life.
Oh, we realise that, David. But I think what Max means is that over the years he's seen you more as a friend than a father-in-law, and he feels a certain responsibility towards you as a friend. Isn't that right, Max?
Yeah, absolutely. David, don't get me wrong, but I didn't mean to imply...
Molly wants me for what I am, not for how much money I've got in my bank account. And whether you or Ron or anyone else believes that is immaterial. It happens to be true. I've had the enormous good fortune to find love at this late stage in my life, and I would have thought that you could have been happy for me and wished me well. Instead of which, all I get is petty-minded suspicions and accusations. Well, I'm not prepared to put up with it. I intend to move out of the bungalow and live with Molly. And if you don't like it, you know what you can do.
A promising medical career could die a death next on 4 when Ellen gives blood and then gets blitzed.